Peace, love, and prosperity, family. I hope all is well. This is a prophetic word, and I don't want to say a warning, but this is kind of like a caution. This is serious. You can do better. Whoever this is for, it could be that you're dealing with a person in a relationship. Now, this relationship could be romantic. It could be work, co-worker, business, boss. It could be a relative. It could be a friend, an associate. Some of you, this could be physical things such as where you live or the location you work. Maybe not a specific person, maybe the job and everybody's cool, but you're supposed to be in a completely different field, completely different environment. Some of you are settling. You're like, you know what, I want to go to college, but I don't think I'll be able to get into the college that I really want to get into, so I'm going to settle and apply for this college. God is saying no. You could do better. You feel what I'm saying? Go ahead and do what I'm telling you to put on your heart. I give you favor. Remember that my children have favor, and it don't matter what the resume say. It don't matter what it looks on the outside. When I put my hand and I touch over your life, can't nobody stop what I'm doing. Your destiny is not in that person's hand. It's not in the interviewer's hand. It's not in the boss's hand. It's not in none of those people's hands. It's in my hands. So you move how I'm telling you, move by faith and not by sight, and you're gonna see the victory over your life as you always do. My children go from glory to glory to glory and are anointed, meaning there's no certifications. There's nothing that you need in the physical 3D realm that God hasn't already put in you that you're not qualified for. This is why people hate on anointed, chosen people, because they be like, what did they do? I've been working here 10 years. I've been working on this for 15 years. I've been doing this. Where do they come from and get all this glory and get all this elevation and get all these opportunities? They come from God's hands is where they come from, in case those who are asking, okay? So you can do better. Now let's get into the part of this word that is so important. For some of you, you're dealing with a person, you're in a relationship. Many of us we're in our kingdom spouse season. They're coming together. God is working. We know we're in our Esther season. Did I do a video about that yet? I don't know if I did. I might do it after this. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for reminding me of that word. You're in your Esther season, and it could be men or women that's in your Esther season. It's basically you're being prepared, and specifically you're being prepared for your spouse. You're being prepared for your next chapter. You're being prepared for part one, actually part two, because you're already part one, what you've been doing with God and with your spouse or your person, a part of you, whether y'all met or not, have been doing a part. This is part one of what we're moving into phase two. But this is phase two, because you already been doing part one. So phase two is you're literally being prepared mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, physically, all of these things. You're in your Esther season, you're in preparation. And some of you have people, because remember, we can have counterfeits. Now, when you're really in alignment with God, you got to remember, new levels, new devils. Am I calling anybody a devil or demonic? Absolutely not. But what I'm saying is, as I told y'all, my new definition, the way that I find temptation, is anything that's a distraction. When people say temptation, they think of the obvious things. Oh, doing something that I promised God I wouldn't do with my life or my body. Coming into addiction, doing this, doing that. And what I have come to learn, especially in my own life, that makes me weed out all temptations much more effortlessly without putting them in a box or saying, this is a temptation, this is not a temptation. A temptation for me is anything that distracts me from the season that God got me in. Anything that God got me on the mission telling me this is what I'm supposed to do, anything that's taking my time out of that, even if it comes looking good, like, oh, this person is taking care of me, or this is fun, or this person is good, or this person is just trying to show me that they want to pursue me. Distraction. Counterfeits come before the real thing. Counterfeits increase. I did a word on this a long time ago. I'm going to tag it. Counterfeits increase when the real thing is near. Okay? So some of you are with a person and they could be great. They could be nice. Some of you could be with a girl. She's so nice. She's so sweet. She does everything for me. She tries so good. Some of y'all could be with a nice guy. Well, he's kind. He does everything. He's always thoughtful. Thinks to me they're nice. God is saying you can do better. That's not the person that I have for you. The person that's for you is going to flow naturally. You're not going to feel like something is off. I did a video about that. If something feels like it's off, believe it. Okay? What's for you is for you. It's all going to fit like a puzzle piece. It's not going to feel like, you know what, all the puzzle pieces fit, but it's still missing this one piece. No, God is not going to leave one piece out of the equation. Where there is God, God is the God. He's not a God of confusion. Okay? So some of you are literally dealing with somebody. Some of you is friends. Some of you is partners. Some of you are settling for in your family structure. You might have somebody in your family that you kind of always have this codependent relationship. Like you depend on them and they kind of use a weird codependent relationship. And God is saying you can do better. You don't need that person for that. I am your God. Right? You can come to me for all things. You can talk to me. You don't need them. You don't need that right now. We need each other. That's not what I'm saying. We all need each other. God puts people in our lives for a reason and for a season. But for some of you, the person's season is up. For some of you, you live somewhere and God has been telling you, you're like, but God, I'm comfortable paying this, what I'm paying for rent. I don't know if I stretch a little bit further, God, if that's going to put me in a different space. God is like, oh, so you're depending on your paycheck? You're depending on, you want to get comfortable. I'm not a God of comfortability. I'm a God of, we walk by faith and not by sight. I take you from glory to glory, but to go from glory to glory, you got to step outside of your comfort zone. You've been supposed to been out that apartment complex. So you've been supposed to move out that neighborhood, state, or community or house. You've been on a whole nother level, but you've been staying there out of comfortability. I think that's a word. If I'm not, correct me, okay? I like for people to correct me when I'm wrong, especially with my English. Now, when I say business, y'all know what time it is. I know how to say business. Side note. Some is by choice, but if I say a word wrong, let me know, okay? But God is trying to move you out of your comfortability. Maybe that's how I'm supposed to say it. And you've been could have made that move. That dream place that you pass by every day, or that you look at it, you're like, I'll be ready next year, maybe in 2 years. God is like, I've already been trying to move you there, and I'm going to show you when you get there how you're going to be sustained and how you're going to elevate. God gives us what we need. So the same way you're taking care of in this situation, you have to realize that when you move to the direction that God's been moving you into, you're going to be taken care of in that situation and even more abundantly because you took that leap, okay? You can do better because you're a pretty boss mogul. You a handsome boss mogul. prettybossmoguls.com. Put your email, 10,000 plus leaders united around progress, profit, purpose. I love y'all so very much, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Follow us on Instagram at prettybossmoguls, and follow your girl at I am Kendra Justine. Peace.